You have a really active following on social media. When you posted yesterday you'd be on, tons of replies. And
thanks. Did it help your viewership?
Well, we'll see.
Well, that's why we're talking.
The two issues that I saw they wanted to learn most about was the timing of the Ethereum ETF approval, and
I think that happened a week and a half ago.
And what pressures you felt to make that happen. And then second would be trading patterns among members of Congress. Can you talk about the two?
We have in the U.S. already a way that you can invest in various underlying securities and underlying commodities called exchange-traded products. In January, we approved an exchange-traded product on Bitcoin. And about a week and a half ago, similar filings to list on the New York Stock Exchange, list on NASDAQ and the like, exchange-traded products on Ethereum. Ethereum had been traded on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures for 3+ years, and the staff looked at that closely, and that was approved. Now, the underlying exchange-traded products still need to go through a process to have the disclosure about that, and that will take some time, but they're working on that right now.
How about congressional trading?
Well, look, everybody in the markets, 330 million Americans, should understand that you have to play by the rules of our capital markets. And one of those things is that when you trade, you don't trade on what's called inside information from a company that it's not made disclosed to everybody else. But the same rules apply to all of us to make sure that we do right by the law.
So we could conceivably investigate someone for inside information who's in Congress.
Well, historically, that has happened in the past.
Okay. Now, Polkadot, Cordana, Cosmos, Immutable, Ronin, BONK, Osmosis, Sushi Swap, My Neighbor Alice have all traded millions. I'm talking about millions of dollars this very morning. Now, should we have a Sushi Swap, maybe an ETF, or the proprietary kind? Just I would think that BONK is a natural, and Osmosis. These are trading Gary, these are millions of dollars. These things are traded. Shouldn't we have it? Shouldn't we have some sort of product?
Let me say something more broadly about the crypto markets. Right now, without prejudging anyone, these tokens, whether they're the ones Jim listed or other tokens, have not given you the disclosures that you not only need to make your investment decisions, but also that are required by the law. It's a basic concept in our securities market. We, the SEC, tomorrow are turning 90. Happy birthday, SEC, 90. And what President Roosevelt did is he created this commission to oversee that you, the investors, get disclosure. And in the crypto markets, they aren't giving you that disclosure. And secondly, that exchanges, like here, this floor, the New York Stock Exchange, get properly regulated to protect against fraud and manipulation, and they don't trade against you. And these crypto exchanges, Jim, are doing things we would never allow this New York Stock Exchange to do. Our laws don't allow you to trade against your customers. And so you've seen the bankruptcies in this space. And there are some of the most leading lights in this field are either in jail, about to go to jail, or waiting extradition.
Okay, well, it's a suboptimal situation for them, but I'm looking at the...
But it's a suboptimal situation for investors. You're investing in a field right now that you're not getting the proper disclosure.
I agree, there's securities for people actually I know. I mean, their names. And there's nothing... You know that, too.
Yeah, that's funny, yeah.
I mean, some people even in this room have their names attached to a coin for no reason. Makes no sense.
I'm sorry, you guys have coins?
No, we don't.
There's a Cramer coin?
There should be, but there isn't.
Yes, there is a Cramer coin.
I hope it's properly registered.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up because now it's a pump and dump. Like, wow, Cramer coin. I was not going to bring it up, but there you go.
Chair Gensler, wait. We have only a little bit of time
the
left.
SEC versus Ripple Labs.
Ripple.
Right. Dave, what do you want to ask?
There you go. I've got the floor.
Thanks.
What I want to ask is, I used to text a lot of my sources, and now they say, please don't text me at that number because we've already been fined by the SEC. It's the personal use of personal devices for work. Many describe it as a money grab. It's tens of millions in fines you guys have leveled at this point.
It's actually something quite different,
and
Dave.
It frustrates a lot of people who say, come on, this is ridiculous, especially during COVID. How could you have expected us not to use our personal devices for some work?
Dave, it's very simple. For the SEC, for your cop on the beat to do its job, companies need to keep proper books and records. And this goes back to the 1930s. This is not a new thing. And when banks or brokers, investment advisors are not keeping those books and records properly, then we can't be that proper cop on the beat. But what's more, the broker-dealer can't actually manage its risk. It can't properly manage its risk. So even when I was on the Wall Street, and Jim and I were both at Goldman Sachs, we knew that they actually recorded the phone calls on the debt, and they kept the books and records. That's what this is. And we found a lot of the big broker-dealers and banks were not doing that. They were doing off-channel communications. And I'll tell you this, when I was served President Obama over at the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, one of the big things that we saw, there was manipulation in the foreign currency markets, and people were doing it in off-channel communications.